Now, to be fair, not all doctors oppose the health care bill. I recently overheard two doctors lamenting that the Democrats hadn't used enough propaganda to get more public support. Well, yes, they did. They distracted the public by drawing attention to the weaknesses in our health insurance industry to obscure the real goal of socializing medicine. This bill will make the private practice of medicine unfeasible. Private clinics will disappear, maybe even become illegal, like they are in Britain, and hospitals will go bankrupt and be taken over by the government. Insurance companies will go out of business because if employers' choice under this new bill is to pay a few $1,000s for an insurance premium or pay a fine to the IRS for $2,000 per employee, I think I know what most employers are going to do. In a very short time, this will leave the federal government as the single payer. Ultimately, after the government takes over all hospitals, clinics, and physicians' offices, we will finally have the superior health care that they have in Cuba. If you think that this is an extremist prediction, recall that in 2003, Barack Obama said, "I happen to be a proponent of a single-payer universal health care plan." In August 2008, he said, "If I were designing a system from scratch, I would probably set up a single-payer system." And then 3 weeks ago today, on March 25th in Iowa City, President Obama said the bill doesn't do everything that everybody wants, but it moves us in the direction of universal health care coverage in this country. They want us to become dependent on government for health care. And as other nations have demonstrated, once health care is socialized, the die is cast for other segments of our society to become nationalized and controlled by the state. Look at the student loan industry. In one quick move, the liberal progressives, by attaching amendment to the health care bill, wiped out an entire private industry, the 35,000 people in the student loan business, and converted it to complete control under the government and the Department of Education. No more competition for student loans, all under government control now, without a minute of debate. Remember Thomas Jefferson's words. Any government big enough to give you everything you want is strong enough to take everything you have. And by everything you have, I think he meant more than just your money. I think he meant your life and your liberty and your pursuit of happiness. The great irony is that the health care bill isn't about health care at all. It's about power and control over our lives, from how we make a living to how we die. It won't give you and your doctor more control, it'll give you less control. Our government by and for the people is eroding. We are rapidly moving from a Republican free market economy to a national socialist democracy as government assumes control of financial institutions, health care, and businesses large and small. The founders knew that Americans wanted nothing more than to be left to their own devices, to responsibly lead their own lives, create their own destinies, achieve their own successes, and they created a limited government that would foster that. It is this liberty that has made ours the greatest nation on earth. In these recent stormy seas, the USS Constitution is heading right into the eye of a hurricane. The American experiment is veering off course and taking on water. It's time for new American patriots to come to the aid of their country. Courageous people who rise up from all segments and regions of society to preserve our fundamental principles by forming a new Congress if necessary. Because we don't want to change America fundamentally. We must save American fundamentals. Thank you very much for your attention. Keep up the good fight, and God bless America.